Thanks so much, Jeff. I just love the Valley Carver. He lives right down the road from my cottage, and we used to make a stop in there every single summer. I'm joined now by town researcher Olga Lewis and Renfrew BIA treasurer Bob Flynn. Olga, can you tell me a little bit about the history behind Renfrew, because I know we are rich in heritage?
Yes, Renfrew was first settled in the early 1840s,
Yeah.
and it was the far end of the town where Smith's Creek was,
Yes.
where there was a grist mill, a woolen mill, a brewery, and a sawmill. And by the early 1850s, Sir Francis Higgs had bought the property across the river.
Right.
And he had it surveyed into town lots. And in order to entice industry over there, he gave free lots along the river to anybody who would go and build. So most of the people who had built at the far end of the town moved down to the Bontra River, where there was faster flowing water.
Exactly.
And there was a grist mill, and there was actually the museum is the first building that was put down there.
So all of those mills ran along where the swinging bridges, which we took a look at a little bit earlier in the morning. And now the McDougall Mill is the only one that's left standing, which has been transformed into our museum.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then along the main street, there was a store. John L. McDougall had built a store at the far end of the main street, down near the swinging bridge.
And what was it called?
It was just a general store.
Right.
And up on the far end of the town, there was another general store, and there were at one time 6 hotels there that accommodated the lumber workers and all the other people, the travelers who came into town, because
which is incredible that the town is so, it molds to what the needs are, because now there's only 2 hotels in all of Renfrew, but there's still several stores that date back to that age, and we'll actually hear a little bit from them a little bit later in the show. But before we go, Bob, tell me exactly what BIA stands for.
BIA is for the Downtown Business Improvement Association.
Okay.
We're very fortunate here in Renfrew. We have a board of directors, about 10 people, but all of this is all paid by the merchants downtown. It comes out of their levy, their rent, and so on. And we basically pay for all the flowers, all the beautification, all the benches, all the garbage cans, everything that's done downtown, BIA pays for it.
Yeah. And that's one thing you'll notice when you come to Renfrew, that there's always those gorgeous hanging baskets and the flowers along the sides of the roads. The upkeep is just incredible.
Yeah, and it costs a lot of money, and a lot of people think it's the town paying for all this. No, it's all your merchants downtown that's paying for it. So without them, this stuff wouldn't exist.
Exactly, and you are one of those merchants. Bob is the owner of Corner Hutch, which is just across the road, and we'll actually take a tour around the store a little bit later in the show. But we really appreciate all of the work that you and the BIA does for Renfrew, because it certainly does beautify the city.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it makes it such a nice warm feeling when you're entering the town. And is that what you're going for, or why do the merchants invest this money into these? Well,
we have to. We get comments all the time. They love coming to Renfrew. First of all, we got lots of parking. It's a wide street, and all our retail outlets, the majority, are all on the main street. So you can walk up one side, down the other side, you can view, and there's no empty stores.
Right.
Look at Renfrew, there's no empty store, and there's a lot of stores that do want to come in, so that tells a lot for what the town is.
Right.
And we draw from Empire, Pembroke, Deep River. Ottawa people they love to come to Renfrew.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are live from Renfrew here at CTV Morning Live this morning, right off of Raglan Street at Renfrew Town Hall. And the Rotary Club is actually putting on an incredible breakfast. I know you've probably tried their bacon on a bun at the fair. Well, this morning they're slapping an egg on that bacon on a bun. Incredible breakfast sandwich, $5. All of the proceeds are going to the Rotary Club. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. We have lots more coming up after the break here from Renfrew on CTV Morning Live.